Right, so I just wanted to talk about wedding vows because I know from what I hear from my couples that it is the part of the wedding ceremony that most couples are dreading. Sometimes both of them, sometimes just one of them. So I'd like to explain and put your mind at rest about how we can do the vows. And there's many different ways of doing them. And if you have a celebrant-led ceremony, there's no rules. So we can do them however you want to do them. So, for example, if I'm working with a couple, I will send them many, many examples of different types of vows. Some the traditional vows, religious vows, and other vows, so serious vows, romantic, and even funny vows. And then the couple can look at those and pick the vows they like. They can mix and match, so pick bits out of each one and just put them together, or they can write their own. And there's different ways that we can present the vows at the ceremony. So sometimes a couple might like to read their vows from a card and they take it in turns, or one reads theirs first and then the other one. Or sometimes if that seems a bit too much, they might have, which is probably you're more familiar with, is where I say a line and they repeat after me. And we do it with one partner and then the other partner. Or even if that's too much, I could say all of the vows and then they just say, I do at the end. So just so that you don't feel under any pressure to have to say something. And there's different ways. It's quite fun. And I have had it a couple of times where the couple have not shared their vows until the day. So they don't know what the other one's going to say. And that's always lovely for them to hear them for the first time with all of their guests. And I always have the tissues handy because we need them at that point for them and for me. Or another fun option, and you have to be very brave for this, it's called the ninja vows. So this is where they write each other's vows. So they don't know until the day what they're going to be promising to their partner. So they have to be very brave and very trusting with each other. But if you're up for a little bit of fun and not taking things too seriously, then that's certainly something that you might want to think about as well as in ninja vows. And I also have had a wedding quite recently where the couple were adamant that neither of them wanted to speak. Which if you have a registrar wedding, you have no choice. You have to say certain words. Legally, minimum is 41 words that you must say to make it a legal ceremony. They don't want to speak. So they're having their legal ceremony with 2 witnesses the week before their wedding at the registrar office. And then at their wedding ceremony with myself, they're having exactly what they want, which is a ceremony where they're not talking. So what they've chosen to do is have a hand tying, and they're going to have 5 ribbons, and each ribbon represents a promise that they're making to each other. So as I place the ribbons over their hands, I'm going to say this ribbon represents their promise for them to do something. And there's going to be 3 serious ones and a couple of funny ones, just to sort of like keep it quite fun, and they're a very fun couple, but very shy. So as they tie their knot, when they pull their hands apart and the knot is tied, that is them saying, we do. That was a great sort of like way of incorporating something personal and not making them dread their wedding ceremony for months beforehand.